Hello, are we on?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Go. Wow. Hello. I guess there's some Browns news this week we have to talk about. So,
I
shit's
guess
hit the
so.
fan.
We got a little bit of Browns news to talk about. Just
Little bit. Hey, thank you for joining us. It is the Burning River Browns Talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, which is a part of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lou Marconi at OmarConey251 on Instagram, at OmarConey1973 on X. My friend and co-host at Posh Clevelander. She's here. Posh, thanks for joining us. And, of course, we have a special guest. Yes, you have the Gleam with the Fanatical Elves on every Wednesday. What's that, at noon?
Yes.
Yeah, that was at noon. Steve Hemrich at Hemi44, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Yeah, without who's your co-host's name? Is John? John. I don't.
Yeah. John R. at Get the Gleam.
At the Gleam. Okay. Perfect. Well, we're just interested in this. Is that Indiana just got a turnover on Oregon, and they are laying a whooping on Oregon right now. It's 28-7,
I didn't think it was gonna be that
and there's like a
bad.
minute to go. Yeah, it's just like wow. Yeah. So if anybody wants to trade up for Dante Moore, don't. Just I don't. I think the only quarterback worth taking in the first round in this draft is Mendoza, and I don't think we're going to get him because I don't think the Raiders are leaving the top spot. I wouldn't if I was them.
I wouldn't.
I got to admit, I wasn't really high on Mendoza, but that being said, I didn't really watch a lot of Indiana football until later in the season. But I'm starting to be a believer. The kid looks legit, and
Oh yeah.
had we not won our last two games, everything worked out where if the Browns would have lost those games, everything fell into place for them. They would have had the number one pick.
Right. And I'm hearing the theories that it was Stefanski sabotaging them before he got fired.
Of
like,
course.
oh, yeah. I was like, do you guys stay up at night thinking of this shit? I mean, seriously. I mean,
He's sabotaging Shador. He's sabotaging there. I'm sure. Kevin put some shrimp in the blinds before he left.
Yeah.
You know, the
Well,
crumpets.
what we wanted to do, we obviously got to talk about the coaching search, of course, and what's going on. But also, we did play a game last Sunday.
Yeah.
We did win a game last Sunday,
It
and
seems so long ago. It seems so long ago.
I know it was 5 days ago, but all this other stuff's happened. Everybody's running around scrambling, which is fine. But I'd like to actually talk about that. And guess what? History was made in that game too.
Yes, sir.
And actually, I saw a really cool YouTube clip. They had every mile sack from this season
Wow,
on the
I
YouTube
gotta
clip.
see
Yeah.
that.
And I remember just sitting there going, "Yeah, I was at this game. Yeah, the 4 against the Ravens. Yeah, I was at that game. I remember that, and the half sack, the infamous half sack against Josh Allen. So, were you at that game? That Buffalo game?
Actually, that one we didn't. John bailed on me in the last minute, and then I was like, okay, I'm not going to make it either. So we did not go to that game.
It was so cold
Yeah.
in that upper deck. There was Buffalo fans around me, and they're telling us we needed a dome. It was that. I mean, that wind was coming off that
Wow.
lake. Well, plus
I'm
where I'm at,
trying to
I'm closer to the open end, and it was coming right at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was, yeah. I mean, well, the other thing, Michael Strahan kind of made a tongue-in-cheek comment about him doing it in 17 games, but there's no asterisk. I'm going to make this point. He did it in less pass attempts, like 150 less.
I can't find I've seen so many different numbers. Somebody debunked the 417, but I still think he did it in less.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody says nothing. You know, OJ, back when I think it was only 12 games, rushed for 2,000 yards. And when
14.
14. And when there was a couple people that passed that 2,000 mark.
Well, Eric Dickerson, I think, was the first one.
Nobody's going asterisk. You know, there's other records. And, you know, it's a season stat. it is what it is. For a season, he did it. So
Yeah, and well, also too, is there an asterisk for Walter Payton when he passed Jim Brown because he did it in
Right.
more games? No, I mean that was a bullshit thing the commissioner did to Roger Maris in '61. The baseball commissioner. I mean, if you ever get a chance, it's a good baseball movie. It was I think it was an HBO original. It's called '61.
yeah, I
About
saw
Ro-
that.
That was pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a Yankees fan at all, but if you appreciate baseball and the history of baseball, you would appreciate that movie. Tom Candiotti, former Indians pitcher, did a special appearance in there as a knuckleball pitcher.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, for the Orioles. Yeah, you got to watch it. But anyway, I kind of got sidetracked here. But Myles Garrett made history, 23 sacks. And somebody was pointing out if he averages in the next 5 years 15 sacks, he will pass Bruce Smith on the all-time record.
All
Well,
right.
isn't he the quickest or has the most sacks at the age of 30 than anybody? So
Yep.
he's outdoing the pace for now.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I think because I think he's like 70 away from
Yeah.
the record. Something
Yeah,
75.
200,
75.
What is it, 120 something? I forget I know he's in the 120s, and it's 200 is Bruce Smith.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a lot of penalties.
Who? Miles?
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
haven't been calling holding and stuff on him. Whoa, did Indiana
I
just score
know
again?
this season. That he
Yep.
hasn't had a lot of holding calls.
Indiana just scored another touchdown with less than a minute to go. It's 34 to
Oh my
7.
goodness.
Yeah.
They've given up.
It's going to be Indiana and Miami.
Probably, yeah. Now, where's the national championship game at this year? Is it?
That's not the Fiesta Bowl. No, they
No,
just played.
they just played the Fiesta Bowl. This is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. They're reviewing it because the guy might have been down before he crossed, but it looks like it's good to me. So,
Oh, that's right. It's in Miami. I
oh,
remember
it's
they
at that
made-
Hard Rock Orange Bowl.
Yes, because they said the Miami was.
I remember.
coming
Yep,
back
I
home.
remember when I saw the Miami game. They talked about them staying home. Yeah.
Going to be playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's going to be a game to watch. So,
Yeah.
Carson Beck, new Browns quarterback. So
Who's it?
it's a wrap. Miami home game for championship. Yep, that's Flex. Final boss Flex. All right. Did you change your handle, Flex?
I think he did.
Yeah. Well, let's just dive into this because last year they were 3-14.
Mm-hmm.
They were not at all a good team. Not that good of a team this year. Any much better, but record wise and ranking wise on defense, this was a better team in 25 than it was in 24. Would you agree or disagree?
Better team.
I think
I think he made a better team.
defensively, without question.
No,
Offense,
of course.
Offense was. I don't know. We were pretty bad last year, but last I saw, weren't we like 31st in scoring or something?
We were 30th.
Okay.
So there's two offenses worse than us. I think it would, if I'm not mistaken, it was I want to say I know the Raiders were worse than us.
Jets and Raiders, maybe would be my.
It might have been Tennessee or New York. I think it was the Giants or the Titans. I'm not sure, but I know we were 30th. Well, the thing is too, our offensive line is horrid. It was, and we had our skill players. Most of our skill players were rookies and very inexperienced.
It's
Yeah.
special team. Okay.
And special teams too. Yeah. But all right. Well, yeah, because I said this was a better team on the field than the 3-14 team. So they won 5 games versus winning 3.
Yep.
But if you look at it, I mean, they arguably should have won the first game.
Mm-hmm.
They should have won that. They should have beaten since they should have won at least 6. Then there's the Tennessee game. You got the Jets game, which was complete.
Minnesota won. That was a big one.
Minnesota, they had to go out to Minnesota and play in London. It was supposed to be a home game. If that was played here, we would have won.
Yeah.
We would have won. So there's a lot of those. I mean, you could throw it up in the air because there's at least 2 or 3 more games we could have won, just with that defense alone. But if we had an average offense, we would have won 8 or 9 games. Average, just average, 15th, 16th ranked in the league instead
That
of
sounds
30th.
familiar. think we were saying that last year too.
Shedeur earlier.
Yeah, well, no, the
Actually, I
offense.
think last year was if we just had average quarterback play. I think it was.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. Well,
We
Watson.
would've started Shedeur earlier. I hate to be like the Shedeur fan, the Shedeur zombie fans, but we would have started. What if we would have started Shedeur a little bit earlier, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make that argument. It's just like, was he ready then? Did they want to wait till he's? I predicted the Raiders
Yeah.
was going to be his first start before Gabriel had the concussion. He came. I was at. Were you at that Baltimore game, Steve, when he came in after halftime?
Yes.
Because I was sitting there with my wife. I was sitting there with Christine, and people just started cheering.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
We
what's,
knew what the heck happened. Well, nobody.
yeah, we didn't know what happened. Yeah, we didn't know what happened with Gabriel. Was like, oh, Shedeur's out there. Okay, cool. That's what it was.
I mean, I can't fault them. The Browns did draft Gabriel in the 3rd round. They, for whatever reason, it's looking like it was wrong, but they thought he was the better quarterback. So
Right.
it logically makes sense they started him first. And to be honest, first game or two, people were like, okay, hey, we're at least moving the ball because our offense was terrible before that.
Oh, Flacco couldn't do shit.
No. So there's a little bit of hope, but after a couple games, you're like, this guy ain't going down the field at all. I mean, everything was
Yeah.
10.
And I can see them trying to go with Flacco, try the veteran.
Yeah.
I can see them trying.
Yeah.
Going with Flacco.
But the thing I liked about Shedeur over Dylan, and you can tell me what you think, Posh and Steve, was that he was able to throw the ball downfield, and I think that drive to end the Bengals game let's just say this: the first half against Cincinnati, offense sucked. It was putrid. Second half, they came out more of an up tempo, no huddle. They made adjustments. They drove. They kicked a field goal. I'm like, okay, here we go. And I remember just thinking, like, if we score 20 points, we're going to win this game. I was saying that to myself while watching this, and I was right. We just had to score 20, and it was just interesting because that last drive, he was able to throw the ball downfield.
Yep.
What Gabriel couldn't do that, and he was actually making good reads, and he had a game-winning drive on the road in the NFL. So
yeah, the first game when he came in at Baltimore, and that was it was a bad game overall for him, but he did complete that 26-yard pass, and I think that was the longest pass all season. Gabriel had been 25 yards, if I'm not mistaken, and in the first game, as bad as he was in that emergency play, he went downfield. He threw a longer pass, or maybe one of them had 25-yard pass and one had a 26-yard as the longest.
no,
It was like night and day. It was night and day when you saw Shedeur enter the game. It was night and day.
do you think Gabriel couldn't see downfield because of his height? It's just a theory.
Maybe.
Just a theory. I'm just asking.
I'm old school. Sorry, Posh. Go ahead.
But
I'm old school, so I've never liked short quarterbacks, But somebody did make a good point. It's not like in the NFL they got to learn how to do it, especially when you've played at a big time school like Oregon. They've been playing behind. Those guys are 6'5", 6'3", so it's not like he's, oh my God, now I'm in front of these big dudes. He's always done it, but I still question how good you can see though. What's your vision really like?
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting because you're right. He did play, and in college he was very good. He was very good in college.
Well,
Just sometimes
are they shorter? What is he?
it's not. It's the game. The NFL is a lot faster than the college game.
Right.
It's like an average NFL. Let's just say an average NFL player would be very good in college.
Yeah.
That's just the way to look at it. So these guys, everything's just faster. The windows are tighter. It's just boom, boom, boom. So that's really what it is. But I tell you what, I was extremely happy. We finished the game on a 2-game winning streak. Finished the season, on a 2-game winning streak, beating divisional people. Let me say this other thing too. I talked to John about this on Monday. I was at the opener. Okay. I think you were too, Steve. I remember we had that one picture.
Yeah.
I remembered how Bengals fans acted after that game.
Yeah.
How did
You had
they
more
act?
interaction with them.
What's that?
I said you had more interaction than I did with them.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't
How
it
did
at
they
And
What?
was it a train ride or something too? There was stuff, or was it just at the game or walking? I remember you had some interactions with fans.
Yeah, because they were running their mouths, and I was like, you're lucky you won.
Right.
You didn't make any play. See, at least with this one, we made plays and drove the ball to kick a last-second field goal. You guys got lucky some people missed. And that's all I was saying. And I think and then I just said, hey, just remember that when we come into your city. And I did say that.
And that, I hope they remember what you said.
I hope they did. I hope they did. The only reason why Zach Taylor's still there is because the owner's cheap. He doesn't want to buy out his contract. It's the only reason why he's still there. Where our guy was like, our owner's coming out saying, hey, this isn't good enough. We need better.
Yeah.
You know, Cincinnati didn't even clean their seat this for the winter snow, and they got fined for that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
The Bengals?
Yeah. So they're not going to buy out Zach Taylor's contract. They don't even care enough about their fans to clean the seats.
I'm sorry. Wasn't it Cincy this past year that they had the last pick of the draft? He was their first round pick. He was the last player to sign because they didn't want. There was something in the contract they didn't want to do that was standard. Everybody's done it. The guy the year before at that.
That pass rusher they drafted in the first round. Yeah.
They held out for so long, and they finally got settled. And I don't know now who gave in, but for the longest time, it's like, wait, he's not asking anything extra. It's what the year before at that, whatever, 16, wherever they picked.
And we didn't have Judkins for that game. If we had Judkins, we probably would have won that game too. Probably. So it's a shame. If we had him for training camp and preseason, it would have been, oh, geez. Well, I remember that was a whole debacle too. You remember everybody wanted to get rid of him after that stuff happened?
Well, I think the fear was, wait, you hear domestic violence. So like, really? We're going to go through something like this again? We're finally getting away some stuff.
Same thing with Devin Bush, and his thing got dismissed completely. So did his. Yeah. A lot of times.
Q injured. We lost that game. Didn't we lose that game after Q got injured before this last game?
No, you talking about the Buffalo? He got injured in Buffalo.
He got injured in the Buffalo game.
And his injury is he should be ready by training camp.
Okay.
To practice because they said it's about
winning when he went out against Buffalo, Posh. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, that was the Buffalo game. He got hurt. It looked nasty. I was there. Well, they showed it on the scoreboard once, and then they didn't show it again.
Okay.
TV didn't. TV, they're like, we're not even going to show it. And I was like, oh, man.
You can see it on YouTube. You can look it up on YouTube.
Good old X had people posting stuff and nice frozen frame pictures of the leg, how it looked.
Everybody around me was like, "Oh, it's his knee. It's his knee. Oh shit, it's his knee. He's going to be out a year. It's his knee. He won't be back next year."
It's not as bad as we think, guys. Yeah.
Well, no, it's much to say that hey, it's we're fortunate it wasn't his knee, but here's the thought to think about though. Winning those last two games didn't save Stefanski's job, but beating the Steelers, I always love doing that when there's a bunch of Steeler fans around. And there was a Steeler fan there trying to talk crap, and we were walking up to the seats of the ramps there, and the other guy says, "Hey, they always split. Browns and Steelers always split." And I said, "Yeah, and you know what? You're not catching us coming back from London, and you're on your bye week." Yeah. And he goes, "Yeah, that's a good point." That's what he was saying. Yeah, they came off their the first game of the season when we played them in Pittsburgh. Yeah. We were coming back from London, and they were coming off their bye.
Right, fresh as a daisy. Fresh as a daisy.
And Dylan Gabriel, we're down by 17 points, and we had to start throwing the ball. Like, why didn't we run? I'm like, we're down 17 points in the fourth quarter. You got to throw. Yeah. So when you're in that position, you have to.
And the Browns are 6-1-1. The last 8 home games against Pittsburgh were 6-1-1 with 4 straight home wins.
Yep.
So
last one was on Halloween with Baker Mayfield, and that was mostly a Baker Mayfield loss too. People have that selective memory of Baker Mayfield, but that was his last year with us when he had the meltdowns and temper tantrums and bullshit. So
everybody remembers the Christmas day too. the Christmas
Oh,
day.
That four interception, but that last interception was complete crap, and they should have thrown a flag on that, but they didn't. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we could go over that all the time. Then the Steeler fans complaining about the refs. Oh, that was rich, nice. So I hear people at the gym were going, I heard they're going to replay the game. I said, where? When did you hear that? When has that ever happened? That's complete internet bullshit.
Now, who do the Steelers have now?
This is the thing about that. This Monday night, they're at home playing Houston Texans in the wild card round.
Yes.
The rumor is, if they get humbled on their home field on Monday night, Tomlin's last game.
I would say so.
Well,
What do you-
when was the last time they've won?
A playoff game? You're talking 10 years ago. It's been 10 years.
It's been a long time since they've won it.
A playoff game, yeah.
You're at home for a playoff game against Texans that are finally, this is like their first in 2 years being good, being stable, getting their pieces together, and you lose Tomlin. Yeah, Tomlin.
Well, they were lucky they won. They were lucky they won against Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
that was a fluke.
yeah, it happens.
I really felt for those kickers.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it happens. It can happen either. Stuff like that can happen either way, and it's just.
Speaking of kickers, love
What a
that
full
Andre.
circle.
Well,
What a full
you,
circle for Schmidt, huh?
I'll tell you what. Even his extra points were like 45 yards,
Yeah.
because those unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Yeah, and he made them like easy. Got it. We got a kicker, guys. Looks like we got a kicker.
Hey, easy. I've done that for years. And actually, after Hopkins, remember we traded for Hopkins, and we're like, this is what it's like to have a kicker. And then next year, he just gets the
Stunk.
shank. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we did, but let's wait till after year 2.
Let's give him another year. Let's give him. Well, I like what.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny that Haslam talked about that Monday when he did the press conference, and you texted me. I remember Steve texted me. He said he seemed uncomfortable. I said he always does. Haslam always does.
Well, they had it like set up in the hallway. It wasn't in like the press room, so you knew it was going to kind of be quick and. And
He came out and said, but he talked about some of the ways guys are like he's going to be a friend. Like he said it like this. He was telling his grandkids this is what perseverance does. He had a bad first week. He stuck through it. He persevered. He came through, and he won us. He's won us a couple games this year.
actually do, yeah.
But did he ever say that he was like the cornerstone of the franchise?
Not that I remember.
No, but that's what guys on 92.3 The Fan were saying. Well, he's making us sound like he's cornerstone of the franchise and blah blah blah. I'm like, he didn't fucking say that. Where do you guys come up with this shit?
He didn't say that.
Well, like there was another. Well, the reason why Stefanski won the last 2 games was to screw the Browns out of the first pick. I'm like, oh god, because he knew he was going to get fired. People don't think like you idiots do. Just so you understand.
The players said themselves that. Batonio said themselves that forget about,
Draft picks. We're trying to win.
Draft picks. We're trying to win. We're trying to play for our job.
Myles Garrett said the same thing. Go ahead, Steve.
I didn't want to say anything when you were talking about it, but there is a conspiracy theorist out there that Posh did something to Sherry to become co-host with you. But I just leave it at that. See how stuff gets started.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
As soon as I took a drink.
That is great. I love that.
I'm working my way up.
Hey, bottom line is, I wanted the Browns to win. I wanted the sack record to be broken. It was a good Sunday, and actually, I was really happy about that. Very, very happy about that, and excited. And I'll tell you what, we have a good young core of offensive players. Shedeur Sanders could be something. There's a lot of people kind of anti-Shedeur or pro-Shedeur. Just they're gonna put their flag in their camp and everything. I just said he made progress. He's played better. Let's see what he does. He earned the right to come back and compete. I want to take a break. Coming back, two things to talk about. I know you got UFL news to talk about by the end of the show, okay, Posh? We got plenty of time for that. I don't care how long we go. But I want to talk about quarterbacks, not necessarily draft quarterbacks, but veteran quarterbacks as well you think might come in, and then coaching candidates. We can go into the coaching search because everybody was ad nauseum talking about it today. I'd rather talk about what would just happen with the game, where the team is now, and I think the organization's in a better place today than it was a year ago.
Yeah.
Everyone, we're what, 3-12, 4-12. We're the most talked about team ever.
We're 3-14 last year, and we were 5-12 this year.
5-12, most talked about team ever.
Yeah.
5-12, fifth round quarterback.
Fifth round quarterback won 3 games. Flacco won 1. Dylan Gabriel won 1. And I was at
Most talked about team. Stay in people's mouth. I mean, really.
get my wife's name out of your mouth. No, I'm sorry. That's my Will Smith imitation. So let's go ahead. Let's pause for a break right now from a word from our sponsors. Thank you for staying with us. How about them sponsors? Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just kind of go around the table on this. Do you see them drafting a quarterback, bringing in a veteran quarterback? What are you thinking there, Steve?
I was just trying to pull up. Is Daniel Jones a free agent? Was that just a 1
I
year
heard
thing?
that. I heard that he is, yes. But they could
Okay.
extend him before that happens. They could reach out
Okay.
to him. But did he tear his Achilles?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably not going to get offers anything because he's not going to be able to do anything for a while.
Yeah.
Watson will be with this team for one more
Yeah.
year. He will be
Yeah.
here one more year. He's not getting cut till June 1st of 27. So,
If this list is accurate, you know what? For free agents, I don't think there's really many. The one that does intrigue me, but I think he's going to intrigue a lot of people just based on how he played, was Malik Willis,
yes.
Green Bay. The way he played, and I remember him coming out. I actually liked him coming out. What did he go?
I think
third
the
rounder?
Browns did too, and I think
Yeah. He was at second or third round, I think he ended up going.
he was who did he play for in college? Liberty?
It was a smaller school, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Liberty. Yeah. Yeah, Malik Willis. Okay. I don't see them. I want to throw a name out there. I heard the name Trey Lance might be a
Yeah.
possibility.
I heard that. I heard
Chargers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's backing up Justin Herbert and let him come here and give him a chance to compete and let him
Yeah.
compete with Shador. I don't have the problem with that. I don't have a problem with Malik
And
Willis.
that's what Andrew Berry said, that no one, even Shador, is not promised,
Right.
And
Yeah, I
I think what Shador wants.
And you know what? You know what those assholes on in the Cleveland media said. Which I there's something else I wanted to bring up too with a TJ Ward comment. Did you hear about that?
Yes. Yes.
Let's put. But he said he wasn't committing to anybody being the quarterback, which that's fine. He wouldn't commit to Shador. He wouldn't commit. It's just like, no, Shador earned the right to come and compete, but he's got to come and earn it.
Yeah.
Think of the kid Shador wants that. He
Yeah.
wants that
He's
fire.
going to get the
He
opportunity. He earned the
wants
opportunity.
opportunity to
Yeah.
compete.
He's a
doesn't
good
want
kid. I have no problems with him. He's a good kid.
He
Yeah.
wants that. I've looked in the kid's eyes at the softball game. He wants just a chance. He just wants a chance. He knows that nothing is promised. He wants to prove his chance, prove it, even for next season. That's why he said, "Watch me while I work off season. Can't wait to show
Yeah.
you off season." Right now, he's chilling with his family, having fun with his family. I'm telling you, by the end of this month, this guy, you're going to see reports of him throwing. You're going to
Yeah.
see reports of him throwing. Give it to the end of this month.
One of the
Go ahead, Steve.
some of the things that have impressed me with him, I think he doesn't, at least so far, he doesn't make a lot of the same mistakes. Well, the one thing he does is he probably holds the ball a little too long.
Yeah.
But every game, remember the first game, he'd take those crazy sacks, running back 12, 13 yards, getting sacked. Well, he stopped doing that.
You can't do that in the NFL.
Yeah,
you got to get away with that in college. You can't do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
From what I've
hurt.
seen of 7 games he's played or would have started, it looks like he's actually learned and kind of corrected some of the mistakes he made. That for me is impressive. And he seems like Posh was saying, he seems like he wants to be a great quarterback. Like Manziel, some of the guys in the past, they just didn't put the effort in. This kid does. So
Manziel was a dipshit.
yeah, and I'm tired of hearing his mouth too. He's been out there too during this season saying stuff about the Browns and how shitty we are and this and that. It's like, dude, really?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the thing about it is, he said Manziel said some crazy stuff on a podcast about Cleveland
Yeah.
recently. And then it turns out his choices, and then he admitted his choices, and his choices recently made him miss college game day. So you always get found out. You always get found out. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
always get found out. And remember, guys, Manziel is a kid that didn't read his playbook. Didn't read his playbook. And remember, Paul Brown
Didn't
is
watch
the one
film,
who
didn't do any of that stuff. Yeah, I think the whole thing that gets me is that people concoct these conspiracy theories and this bullshit in their heads, and then they say it on a microphone, they say it on a podcast to get clicks and to get engagement. And I'm like, God.
Yes.
I watched a clip with Anthony Lima and Ken Carman, and they played the comment TJ Ward said about the Cleveland media before they brought on Mary Kay Cabot, and they asked her to respond.
Yes.
And she
Did she
said,
respond?
she said, I'm surprised by that because I thought he had a good relationship with us when he was
Right.
here. She was surprised by that. So,
Yeah.
but then they made a point. Well, you won a
fired.
Super Bowl in Denver. We would have treated you better here if you would have won a Super Bowl. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
She said some fiery stuff about it. She
Yeah.
was kind of fired up. She said something a little salty
Yeah.
about it. I don't quite remember.
Yeah, she was just she got real defensive. He might not have meant her specifically, which she's usually pretty. I give her credit. She's usually fair. I'll give her that. If you're fair, I'm cool with it. But there's people. But how many times did you see Shador look at somebody in the media saying, I can't answer that question?
And that's okay. And that's fair enough. You don't have to answer every question. If you
No,
feel,
you don't. And I'm going to make a point. I've said this to John and I've said this to other people. If I go back and I pull articles from 30 or 40 years ago, just going back randomly, pull articles between now and 30 or 40 years ago, take out the names, take out the dates, you read it, you wouldn't be able to tell me where it was from.
Right.
Because it's all the same shit over and over again. The same people that wanted Stefanski fired are acting like he's like, oh, well, he interviewed at Baltimore. Why did we let him go? No, I tell you, they're like crazy ex-girlfriends. It's like, you wanted to end this. What do you want? Where do you want to go eat? What?
Right. As soon as they hear a team like Baltimore is interviewing Stefanski,
It's like if you break up with a girl and another girl talks to you and then she gets mad.
Yeah.
It's like, who's that? And I said, what do you care? You ended it. What? But that happens. What's that, Steve?
I was gonna say, did Posh, are you guys, as far as quarterbacks, any free agents? I pulled up the list. I don't know if you guys are aware. They have Daniel Jones, Aaron
not coming.
Rodgers, Russell Wilson, what did he hurt? He was hurt this year.
He was hurt this year, yeah. He got benched. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got benched over Dart, yeah.
Marcus Mariota,
No.
Zach Wilson,
No.
Tyrod Taylor,
No. Shit.
Joe Flacco,
No, no.
Kenny Pickett.
Is he a free agent?
Yeah.
Oh, he is a free agent.
I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to bring him back.
I don't know.
The one, he kind of disappeared. Remember, this was a hot name for years here in Cleveland, Jimmy Garoppolo.
I remember all the radio hosts. We got to get him. We got to
Yeah.
get him. Our future depends on. We got.
Yeah.
What
Shows
about Kyle Cousins? Kyle Cousins, or is he
Kirk
still
Cousins.
around?
Kirk Cousins still under contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, did he redo something, or are they going to be redoing? I think there was something out about that. I think the third day of the new season, they might be doing keep your eye up because I thought they said something could change with his contract or something.
I would talk to
Okay.
Jack Duffin about that. He would know more.
Yeah, I just heard it this week, but Trey Lance was on the list, Malik Willis. But
What you
there's
talk
not-
about, Willis? Sorry.
Did you hear? Side note:
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky's a free agent.
Whoa.
Did you hear the story about him? The last game he played with, he's with Buffalo. That I guess he went up to all the players wanting to know, is there a bonus you're trying to get here? He wanted to make sure everybody playing, if his offense, that he could get them a bonus.
Oh,
Yeah, like you need another catch. Do you, how many yards do
Yeah,
you need?
right. Exactly. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. He's not a bad dude. I mean, is he
yeah.
starting caliber material? I remember people wanted to draft him over Myles Garrett. How fucking stupid do they look now?
Oh my gosh! I would recall all their. I would bring up all their tweets.
Yeah,
I would bring up
the Myles Garrett pick was a no-brainer. That was
Oh
just.
my God.
Yeah, that
Well,
was a
do you
no-brainer.
remember the only knock on Miles? I just think, remember the knock on Miles coming out?
What was that? I don't remember one, but go ahead.
Yeah.
You froze on me,
Yeah,
Steve.
no, the knock. Oh, I did?
Yo, you froze.
I'm frozen.
Go ahead. What were you saying? You froze.
The knock on Miles Garrett was, does he have the motor? Is he going to play hard all the game, every game? That was the biggest knock I remember.
Oh my god.
That just kind of reminds me now. Think about why Andrew Barry stayed, and they're like, well, he had one good draft. And I was like, well, wait a second. Look at how he handled this offseason and this season. He really did a good job.
Oh, this year was a home run. Nobody can argue that. Between that, the free agents he brought in, the undrafted guys he brought in,
The trade with Greg Newsom. Yeah, I mean, he had some good draft picks because he drafted Grant Delpit. He drafted JOK. He
I think the one knock, and I think I was telling you guys on your show the one night, the thing that I heard people say was that, and I don't know if they couldn't be counting this year. Somebody put out somewhere that 80% of the draft picks weren't on the Browns anymore of his previous draft picks, which I didn't go back and look.
Yeah.
we were going through. We kind of went through them a little bit. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yes and no, but a lot of them are still in the league, but most of them aren't on the team. But if you're looking back, I mean, he was picking in the third round for 2 years. We had 8 picks in the first 2 rounds going back, and 6 of those picks were on defense. The 2 that were on offense were Judkins and Jed Wills. And the Jed Wills pick, that's just revisionist history. I remember when we made the pick, everybody was happy. He was ranked 11th by Pro Football Focus. Okay, we took him 10th, and he had a good rookie year, had an okay second year, but every year he got worse after that. And everybody thought, oh, he can't pick anybody. Bullshit. Okay, you're not going to hit on every pick. Also, there was something else they were bringing up about him, but I thought he handled the Myles Garrett thing very well. I thought he handled. I think he earned another year to be the GM. The Watson thing, the other thing, the Deshaun Watson stuff. They made it sound like that, now Stefanski didn't want Watson. Well, no shit. I don't think Stefanski or Barry wanted him. Yeah, it was always Haslam. I was saying that from the start. He admitted it. It was, if somebody said it was J.W. Johnson, which I don't think he has that much pull, but were you on that? You were on that show with me. I was on your show, Steve.
What's that?
When was it Roger?
Roger?
Yeah, said it was J.W. Johnson. I don't know where he got that from, but
I don't either. Maybe he did.
maybe he did. But I don't know how much pull he has, but I guess that guy does. But it wasn't an analytics move. Anybody that knows analytics says you don't make that trade. You don't pay this guy all this money. You don't pull the trigger on that.
Right.
Guaranteed. It was.
Well, it wasn't even the guaranteed money. It was the draft picks that screwed us.
That's the second biggest one that I can remember. Remember years ago, I'm going to date myself a little bit. Remember when the Browns, when Modell brought in Andre Bad Moon Rising? When he signed him, everybody's like, wow, we got a legit, true superstar receiver. And that kind of ended up bombing.
Yeah, because he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, the Watson thing. I mean, I don't think anybody could predict it would have went that bad.
I think that shoulder injury was worse than we thought. and was
Yeah.
reported. And I think
Well-
he couldn't put velocity on his passes anymore. If you watch, that's
Yeah.
what it was. So I mean, I
The
think it
2
was.
years, almost 2 years, definitely played a
If we
big part.
want to be back, so that's what I'm saying. I think we go for a free agent. I think we go for a free agent.
Quarterback. Okay,
Um,
who do you like? Is there anybody on your list, Posh?
I would have to do more research. We've talked about Trey Lance.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
talked about Trey Lance, where he checks the boxes athletically, and he was just raw. That was a big trade by the 49ers, and the Brock Purdy pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Brock Purdy pick saved their ass, is what happened. Yeah,
Cyclone. So yeah, Trey Lance. So that we need to be able to invest in our O line. We need to be able to have a good draft in 2026, April 2026 draft,
yeah.
and just invest in our line. I want us to make a good splash, and I want these O linemen to look at the draft we got.
The
last
center for
year.
the Ravens will be available, and I think he'd be one of the first ones they go after.
Okay. Okay,
'Cause
but
that's
I
a
want
position.
whoever we get, they need to be plug and play, ready to go, ready
Oh, yeah.
to protect Shador, ready to protect whoever is going to be our quarterback. Is Deshaun healthy? What are the rumors? I don't hear of Deshaun
I don't think he's
healthy.
going to play. I think he'll be there. He'll act as a mentor, but I don't think he's ever going to be active. What do you think, Steve?
I mean, my thought is by next season he's going to be 100% healthy. He's under contract. How do you not? Did they do what Houston did? And hey, we're just going to have you sit. I mean, you're paying him the money.
Yeah,
Why not? I mean, the list we
but-
went over: Trey Lance and Malik Willis would interest me. They're 25 and 26 years old, I think. I don't know if we could get either one. After that list, there's nobody on there that I would really.
no. And
So,
I'd
rather have honestly. I'd rather have Watson.
Well, we're already paying him. He's here. So
Yeah.
the other one too, in the draft, the only one I'd want unless we had a possibility, if he dropped 5 spots and we could take him, would be Fernando Mendoza. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah, we got to come up with a plan. I know Andrew is already. They're already thinking about what we're going to do because there's no chance we're probably going to get Mendoza. There's no way Raiders. Raiders are going to try to get him.
Oh, they're going to take him. They'd be stupid not to. And they're going through a whole new thing. Yeah. Yeah, they're going through a whole new coach and everything. Because the thing is, one of the things that's intrigued me about when the coaching change was announced, and Kevin Stefanski did a very classy thing by thanking the Browns fans. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, really, you gave us some winning seasons. You gave us playoff football. Thank you. And you brought stability when there wasn't any in that position. He was talking about like the dialogue or the talk of dysfunction. He got defensive about that. Did you notice he got kind of fired up?
Yes, he did.
He was kind of pissed because he's like, they waited till the end of the season to make moves. Because if we did, we probably wouldn't have won those last 2 games. We did the functional thing. They made a team decision. They're going to go in a direction. They're going to change coaches, but it's dysfunction. They brought Shador Sanders along slowly. They didn't rush him. They didn't play him too soon. You could have said they played him too late. I'd rather play him too late than too soon. So they actually helped him with his development. Oh man, Mendoza just fumbled on a run, and the Indiana offensive line recovered it. I was just like, damn, he was running too, man. He got hit.
Okay, I thought you were going to say he got hurt.
No,
Okay.
he got hit. He got hit. No, he didn't get hurt. He's
Okay.
okay. He just did a scramble run it got a first down, and then he
Okay.
got nailed.
Oh my!
And,
Okay.
yeah,
Get out the
and-
game. Get
yeah.
him out there.
No, he's fine. He's fine. But the thing is to me, I look at it this way: like, it wasn't this losing season was from a lack of talent on offense, not from dysfunction. and because I mean the defense was elite, top 5. We won the games because of the defense,
Yeah.
and we won 5 games. We could have won more, but
More turnovers. Just focus on,
yeah,
something
and
that
it's
is
just
more
one of those things.
turnovers.
You can't play complementary football with an offense that bad. So that tell me, what do you? I actually was kind of glad he did that because you had 2 people basically call out the Cleveland media, sports media today, which was T.J. Ward and Jimmy Haslam. I'll let you go first, Steve. What are your thoughts?
I'm sorry, on what?
The 2
Yeah,
people
2
calling out the
people.
Cleveland, like
Did I break up?
the dysfunction talk, the same bullshit we heard 10 years
Nah.
ago. No, I don't.
Yeah.
We saw what
No,
dysfunction looked like. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I had that conversation with my buddy. I didn't think it's not like how it was years ago. Now my one buddy's like, oh well, the Wyatt Miller thing, with him being benched or sat or whatever.
I don't give a shit what somebody
Flacco-
wife's tweets. Fuck that. I don't care. I don't give
Yeah.
a
I didn't
shit.
see that. Or, he pointed out, Flacco being traded and Stefanski not known. But I don't think behind the scenes, I think there was a lot more cohesiveness and
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of back talk or somebody, undermining. I think it's better.
No, I remember they tried to corner Stefanski at a press conference after. He goes, "Did I really say shocked, Tony? Did I say shocked?" No, it's just he didn't say that.
Right.
He was he just said that I think he was it was a move. Oh, Indiana just scored another touchdown, 40, about to be 42-7. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Extra point was
42 to
made.
7?
Wow.
42-7, and there's about 9 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Oh my God. Grandma Jenkins is probably like, might as well go home,
But
back to
but
the hotel.
yeah, or the bullshit with Dylan Gabriel with the performers versus players or something. Remember that was a sideline interview,
Yeah, when he
and
really
even
didn't
Aditi
do it.
Kikabwala came out and said, "That's not stop this shit. That's not what he said." And
Yeah.
it's just bullshit like that. That's just crap. So. Yeah, but you don't think we saw dysfunction when Rod Chudzinski was here, when Mike Pettin was here, when Ray Farmer was here, when you had Tom Heckert or George Kokinis, or let's can I keep going back? Like I have a fucking memory, people. I know what it looks like. I remember what it looks like. This ain't it.
Yep.
Remember, guys, that we've got people that are trying to sell clicks and sell papers and sell media. And also you have new fans that don't know our history. They don't
Oh
know
yeah, that's a
they
fact too.
only named 5 players on the
They
team.
don't know what happened in '95.
No.
They don't know. I was 22. I remember it. Yeah.
They
Let me,
don't-
There's a whole generation that, we were talking before. I remember in the mid to late 80s being a Browns fan. We were expected to win just about every game. We were the favorites all the time. We were going playoffs were almost a guarantee, and it was like, is this the year we're in the Super Bowl? A lot of the kids today, they have no clue.
Yeah.
Back when it was,
They drive me nuts. This younger kids. I've been suffering for 10 years. I'm like, what? Shut up! Come to my world. I've been suffering since the 70s.
I'd slap the shit out of you, you little fuck. God,
And
I've
they
been
don't
suffering for
know.
10 years.
And also, they don't know that every day,
Cry me a
every
fucking
game,
river.
they don't know the history of our team. They don't know the history of their team, that everything we do, I preach about Paul Brown, everywhere I go about it, is they don't know that, so it's crazy. I tell people, make your kid watch a football like Paul Brown.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. I knew a lot about him, but I watched that history.
I want to see a honest documentary about the move. I would love
Yeah.
to see that. I mean, I don't if some filmmaker wants to actually do it.
They did a Football Life about the move, or did ESPN do one?
A 30 for 30. They did. You
They
can't
did
blame
30 for 30.
They leave shit out. I'm going to say this, and the news came out over the weekend that the Browns were moving to Baltimore. The announcement was made on a Monday, or first Monday in November. The very next day, Cuyahoga County was voting on the syntax extension to remodel the old stadium to keep him here. He still had 3 years on the lease. We passed that with an 80-20 margin. We took that to the league saying he can't leave. He can't leave for another 3 years, and we did this. And we took him to court, and the court said, you can't leave. He said, can we come up with a deal? Because we didn't want to have a lame duck team here for 3 years and have to remodel it. So and the league came in and said, okay, we got to make this. So Art Modell's like, I'm broke. I got to move. After all that bullshit, he left, renamed the team the Ravens, and redid everything. We waited 3 years and got an expansion team. Okay? After all that bullshit, he had to sell his team anyway.
He still was broke.
He was still broke. And people don't talk about that. Well, they won 2 Super Bowls. The one Super Bowl they won was under Biscotti. The second Super Bowl, Biscotti owned 30 or 40% of the team. Modell was the majority owner, but he had to sell a big chunk of that team to have the cash to get those players.
The biggest
People don't
problem.
remember. Well, go ahead.
The biggest problem with Modell was nice guy, did a lot, was very generous to the city throughout
Philanthropic. Yep.
the years with the donations, things he did. The biggest problem was he didn't have a business like, has them having Pilot J. The Browns was his business. He had nothing to fall back on.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Haslam has interest.
Haslam now has the historic Crew Stadium, guys. He's going to have UFL money.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot going on there.
He has this. He owns the. He's part owner of the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks, the
Columbus Crew,
the Browns, the UFL team. And is there something else I'm missing?
The stadium. He doesn't own the state. He owns the historic Crew Stadium.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna.
So we don't know what percentage he's going to get, but the UFL team, Columbus Aviators, is going to be playing at historic.
All right.
Okay.
Before we go, let's just do the UFL news and then we'll talk coaching search and then we'll wrap it up.
Sure.
Okay. She had since we kind of segued into it. So go ahead, Posh, give us the UFL update.
So there's been a lot going on this week. Lots going on with the Browns and with the UFL. First of all, today or tomorrow, there was supposed to be the announcement of the quarterback draft. So look for tomorrow. Check your social media announcements of the quarterbacks. Our team
For the Columbus Aviators. Okay.
For the Columbus Aviators.
Tell me, you got to announce what you told me before the show about the Aviators roster.
Yes, and so it's been announced that the rosters, the roster that's going to be made up, there's going to be a mixture, but the roster making up the Columbus Aviators will be the former team, the Michigan Panthers. I know, guys. But you're going to have to embrace former Michigan players that made up the now defunct Michigan Panthers. But There's one player I want you to think about, Toa Tua. Toa Tua, running back. He is stocky. He's strong. He reminds you of a little bit of Darren Sproles. He's got strength.
His nickname is Huck Tua. Sorry.
He was on the preseason. If you remember that name, he was playing for the Browns preseason. The Browns picked him up. They cut him right when Keyshawn Jenkins was going to be getting
score update 42-15.
42-15. Okay.
Yeah, Oregon scored a touchdown, got a 2-point conversion. Go.
So I'm hoping that Ted Ginn Jr. picks up Toa Tua. So here's some key dates I want you to remember. Tomorrow, possibly the QB draft for the Columbus Aviators. January 13th, 14th, the UFL draft. So they'll have the allocation to be able to pick Michigan Panthers, either 6 offensive and 6 defensive players. Also, they'll be also making up the team, will be able to pick local colleges. So Ohio State, the area colleges there. You'll be seeing maybe some former Ohio State players.
Some Bowling Green players,
Bowling Green, Toledo, the allocations there.
Don't
Also,
forget the
so
Akron Zips. Don't forget
and
the Akron
Akron Zip
Zips.
players too.
All right.
Making it up. Another key date to remember, January 24th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Historic Crew Stadium is the Aviators fan rally. I went to a Battlehawks fan rally. It's really great, guys, to
Is it
go
like a
there.
convention? Is it like a convention type of thing?
It's like a convention. You can meet the players, meet the
Cool.
coaches. I got a chance to meet up and close and personal Coach Anthony Beck, who's now going to be coaching the Orlando Storm. But it's a great time. Do think about going, guys. January 24th, 10 to 2, Historic Crew Stadium, the Aviators fan rally.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else?
A lot going on. Keep it locked. But the Aviators, March 27th is spring football. No
Okay, that's the
football
opening day. Okay. Well, that's cool to watch spring football. I like it at that time because it's kind of when you're kind of hungry for football. So that's always good.
Yes, that's my
Yeah,
love.
it's always cool. It's always cool to watch the UFL. I remember watching the USFL before that and the XFL.
Cheaper, it's family friendly. It's spring football is really cool, guys. I
Hey,
love the battle
hey,
here. But
Andre Schmidt came from, he was a Battlehawks kicker. He came from the UFL. There's been some good kickers so far from the UFL.
Jake
all right.
Bates on the
Yeah.
Lions.
Yeah.
And
I was going
Sal
to
Cannella. Sal Cannella, tight end, is now officially a Brown. They signed the contract for him.
Oh, good. We could talk tight ends, we could talk other positions, but I think head coach is going to be the most important because Haslam said the next 120 days is going to be pivotal for this. They got to get the coach right, they got to get the draft right, they got to get free agency and trades right. Do you guys have a favorite coach? Because we know who's interviewing, who's doing what. Is there a favorite coaching candidate that you
Jim
have right?
Schwartz.
You want Schwartz? Go ahead,
Jim
Steve.
Schwartz, if we can't have Harbaugh, because you mentioned, did you guys?
I don't think
did
we're
you
getting
guys-
Harbaugh. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the requirements of Harbaugh.
Yeah, you want
I
to
don't-
read those over, Steve? What were they again? You had them with Tony Grossi reported,
Yeah,
That-
supposedly there's 4. He wanted at least $20 million a year, which
which
said
Haslam would do it. Yeah,
$10 million budget for the staff.
he'll do that. That's fine. That's chump change to Haslam. Yeah.
Here's the 2 big ones that we both agreed, or all 3 of us agreed, probably not going to happen. Total control of the roster.
Nope.
And
Not
the
here.
pick is GM. Yeah,
What was the last one? Pick his GM.
pick is GM.
He could get that. He could get that in Atlanta or maybe with the Giants. No, Miami just hired a GM, so I don't see him going to Miami if that's what he's requiring. If that's true,
I
Harbaugh.
don't
But
think so.
who, Steve? Do you have a favorite candidate right now? Who do you want to see them hire?
It was Harbaugh until I heard that report.
Yeah, yeah. I like Harbaugh. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah. 18 years, he's only had 3 losing seasons.
that's amazing.
And 2 of them were like 8. Yeah. Not really. There's some guys I don't know. You hear some of the big names, Robert Salah. Some of the guys have had coaches. Posh mentioned Jim Schwartz. Schwartz is intriguing. Brian Flores.
I don't think they brought him in for an interview yet. Flores, the defensive coordinator of Minnesota. No.
No.
Not yet. Cliff Kingsbury's out there. A lot of people like him from his offensive mind.
He's the offensive coordinator for Washington, right?
Yeah, and I think he's gone now. Didn't he ask out, or they let him go, or something?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he interviewed somewhere.
I-
He interviewed
Did he?
somewhere this week.
Yeah, I like Schwartz. If they hired
Yeah.
Schwartz, you wouldn't hear me complain.
Do
I'd love
not
to see
hire
Schwartz
McDaniel.
What's
Not
that?
McDaniel from the Dolphins.
No, I don't fucking want him. No.
There's a couple young names that are intriguing. Partly because of their name. There's Chris Shula. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
he's intriguing to me. I don't know a lot about him.
Oh, Minter, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers.
Chargers, yeah, him.
He's intriguing too. Yeah.
They
But-
interviewed
yeah.
him. They interviewed Mentor. The
Yeah.
Browns interviewed Mentor.
Yeah,
Okay.
they requested it. They requested it.
He requested it.
They requested
Okay.
it. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
Clint Kubiak, who I believe is Seattle's offensive coordinator. The whole
Oh, okay.
Kubiak name,
Okay.
his dad. Those are a couple intriguing ones, but Do you have a favorite yet?
Me? Out of who they've interviewed already is Schwartz. Believe it or not, Dirty is interesting. The defensive coordinator from Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah.
It's interesting. He seems like an interesting cat. You know he's British.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he has a British accent. It's hilarious. And it's just like, yeah, it's like yeah, we're gonna hire Benny Hill as a coach. So, but no, I think what he's done in Seattle as their defensive coordinator, I mean, he definitely is. It was impressive. But right now, out of who they've interviewed is Schwartz, and I think he could come in and hit the ground running, and it'd be more of a retooling versus a complete overhaul. So I'd be cool with that. I think the way, plus also the way Haslam talked about Schwartz, how they want him to stay here, that intrigued me. I think they're gonna. I think he's leading right now. Personally, that's what I think. But does anybody want McCarthy? Mike McCarthy? No. Okay.
No.
I think are you guys leaning more towards an offensive-minded head coach or a defensive-minded one? McDaniels would be good if they brought him as an OC, but otherwise, I don't want him as a head coach.
Am I still there, Lou?
I hear you, but you're frozen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm blank on my screen.
But it's not a bad. You just look like you're just staring at me. It's just like it looks like your driver's license picture or mugshot.
At least I don't have my mouth open with some dumb like.
Yeah. Well,
It's not the dumb part.
if you had your mouth
I would
open, I'd
love
draw a
somehow-
penis going right into it. But go ahead.
I would love to see Schwartz stay here as defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So
I think
that
everybody,
means-
every Browns fan saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if they went defensive guy, I don't know if that necessarily means he's gone, but what's he gonna want? If it's an offensive minded guy, he might be like, hey, George, you're phenomenal. I want to keep you. What can we do to keep you?
Do you see Tommy Reese having a chance?
Yes.
You
I
do.
can see
Okay.
Schwartz and Reese together. Schwartz
Okay.
and Reese.
Can you hear me, Steve? Because
Yeah.
yeah,
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It goes away. It went away, and it just keeps you frozen.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
No, just leave it. You're fine. You're fine. You're frozen. It's just a picture of you. It looks like you're just. It's funny. Your mouth's not open, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What about Tommy Reese? What about Tommy Reese? I think he could be a head coach someday, but I don't know if this is the opportunity for him. But go ahead.
Yeah. Do you think Schwartz would stay if Tommy Reese got promoted to head coach over him? I kind of think he'd be like, really? This guy's going to be my boss? I'm out. I don't know if.
I don't know if
can't
that.
see
Yeah,
Schwartz
that's
being
why
happy.
I don't see Tommy Reese being the guy anyway. So I don't think that would happen.
No.
Okay, now your picture's gone, but it comes back. Okay, let's just throw this out there. I mean, out of all the people right now, I think the leader of who's been interviewed so far is Schwartz.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I'm basing a lot of that on how the owner talked about him Monday. So,
That's definitely it.
well, like I said, the one thing I always said when people wanted to get rid of Stefanski in Week 5, I said, "Who are you going to replace him with?" And it's if they replaced him with Schwartz. Schwartz actually he made a good point when he was in Detroit. He took over for Detroit after their 0-16 season. He got fired after they went 7-9.
Wow.
He said, "Wow, I went from going from 0-16 to being fired after 7 wins. So that tells you the standard I set, which is pretty good. I like that. So." No, I'd like it. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap this up. I want to make an announcement. I was going to announce it at the beginning of the show, but I'm not. But this is my last show for the Fanatical Elves. The relationship with them is great. This is the last show Pasha and I are going to do for about a month. We're going to come back with a rebranded, different show. I'm going independent, going off on my own, doing more stuff with the Sunday Stew Pot and starting on my own media company with them. And I decided to do this with Fans First and the Fanatical Elves. Guys, thank you for that opportunity. I had a great time doing it. Had a blast doing it. I don't know if Steve's still there. Steve, can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
But he's crying. That's what it is. He's off
I'm getting
camera.
teary-eyed.
No, I told John over a month ago, hey, I'm going to make this move, but I want to finish out the season. I want to do one more show after the end of the season just to say goodbye to everybody. Last time I did the show, and John was real happy for me. He wished me the best. The people at Fans First wished me the best. They said, you were great with us. We appreciate it. I said, yeah, I never say never. Doesn't mean I can't come back or won't come back. Everything's good with them. I could be on. They're welcome to come on my show. I'm welcome to come on their shows. But we're going to take a month off. Probably have a new head coach by then. Probably have to be talking Super Bowl by then. But that was the plan. So we're basically doing some rebranding and retooling, and I'm going to come back fresh as a daisy. Posh will be with me. Sherry was not pushed out by Posh. Sherry left on her own. She had her own personal stuff to deal with. I'm not going to go into details about it. You'd have to ask her if you want to know. But she's great. I've talked to her regularly still. Sherry and I are still friends. I'm still friends with a lot of people on Brown's Twitter and still friends with a lot of people here, including you, Steve. So thank each and every one of you, the fans, the comments, everybody. I believe it or not, I couldn't believe how many people actually watch my shit. It blew my mind. I didn't think it mattered.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
No, we all are. No, I can't. Yeah, Sherry, you, Steve, everybody, everybody's been great. Thank you so much. I do want to say, guys, for the last time, don't ever forget when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you in a month. Steve's just frozen there, just staring like a mugshot.
I'm still here.
I'm still here.
You're still here. At least your mouth was like obviously open.
I'm wondering if those Harbaugh demands are bullshit or it's just to weed people out, like what he wants and what he doesn't want.
Yeah.
But there's conspiracy theories about Harbaugh too, like him and Lamar hated each other and Lamar pushed him out. Yeah.
It's so like the internet when we announce our codes. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
If it happened on the internet, it's got to be true.
It's true.
It got to be true.